Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to RobMotive. I've got some exciting news, or maybe not so exciting. I've got pricing on the newest Toyota Tacoma. That's right, the 2024 that's coming. I have a guy, and thank you very much, you know who you are, that has sent me pricing from a fella who works at Toyota. So it's pretty reliable as far as I'm concerned, and I'm going to run through it with you. I'm going to give you what it's going to cost you to pick up this redesigned new Tacoma, and what the difference is as compared to what the 2023 was. So let's go ahead, jump right in. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different trim levels to go through, which I think is fantastic because there's a Tacoma for everybody. Let's start at the bottom and move up to the top. First of all, the SR. Last year's price, or 2023's price, and these are starting prices. Realize that when they start adding things to them, it could be higher. But the base price, $28,600. The new price for 2024, $29,599. That's an increase of $999. Well, that's $1,000 to you and me. I mean, $1, really? $999 more to get a 2024 new Tacoma SR. Next up, we have the SR5. Last year's price, previous model price, $31,280. The 2024 price, $32,999. That's a difference of $1,719. And that's quite a jump, I think, as compared to the SR anyway. And what's interesting to me is why these aren't consistent across every trim level. They vary all over the place. Next up, we have the TRD Pre-Runner. Now, the Pre-Runner is a new trim level, so there's nothing to compare it to in 2023. The price for 2024, $34,599. So I guess you could say it's going to cost you $34,599 more than it would have since it didn't exist in 2023, right? Let's go to the TRD Sport. I gave it away a little bit. The previous price, $35,510. The new price for 2024, $36,599. That's an increase of $1,089. The TRD Off-Road, and this is where you kind of think they'd be consistent, right? But they're not. The TRD Off-Road, previous price, $36,790. The new price, $39,599. And this is a huge increase, $2,809. The biggest increase of all the trim levels, so there must be something extra special about the TRD Off-Road. Maybe it's the suspension, the shocks, I don't know, but it's got the heftiest increase of all the trim levels. Next up, the Limited. $41,355 in 2023, but the new price, $43,999. That's an increase of $2,644, the second highest increase of all the trim levels. Now, we've made it to what used to be the king of the hill. It no longer is, at least price-wise, the TRD Pro. It was $48,035. In 2024, it's going to cost you $49,599, which is an increase of $1,564. Lastly, we have the Trail Hunter. This is the trim level that I would want. The full hybrid version is what I want. It is going to cost you $54,599. This is for a mid-size truck, a small truck, although not the smallest anymore. I guess we have the micro trucks now, but $54,599. Wow. The closest I can compare it to is the Trail Edition, which you can get right now in 2023. That is at $41,820. Now, absurdly, let's compare the two. That's an increase of $12,000. $779. No wonder they did away with the Trail Edition and they now have the Trail Hunter. I know they're two different models, right? But they both have the word trail in them, right? $54,599. Now, I have to say, I'm not overly surprised at the price differences. I honestly thought it would be closer to the $3,000 range, and I guess the TRD off-road really is at a $2,809 increase. But everything else, given that it's a completely redesigned truck with different systems, different suspension, different body, different everything, it's really not that bad. What it's going to come down to is whether or not you and I actually like the truck and will buy it. And I know there's a lot of dissension out there amongst the Tacoma faithful, people that aren't looking to get this 4-cylinder turbo engine. Me, I'm kind of waiting. I'm reserving judgment on it until I can drive it. Honestly, if I get in this truck and it's got a lot of oomph to it, it goes and it doesn't run out. In other words, that turbo doesn't spool out and leave me wanting more, I'll probably be pretty interested in this truck. Either way, I'm looking to pick one up. The Trail Hunter is what I want in the hybrid version. Again, I'm still hearing that you're not going to be able to get one of those until late spring to midsummer next year. Also, speaking about delivery, I've heard recently that they may have some coming out at the end of the year, more likely, at least in mass, for 2024, sometime in January, February, and really kicking in around March, April, something like that. So for everybody out there who's put deposits down and you're jonesing for this new truck and you think you're going to get one this year, there's a chance. But I wouldn't hold your breath. I look for Toyota to stretch it out. It seems like they're already doing that now. We haven't had a formal announcement of pricing. I'm only getting this because I know somebody who knows somebody. If it was going much further than that, I wouldn't put a lot of faith in it. But I know somebody who knows somebody who works at Toyota. That's where the prices came from. Again, to the fellow that gave me this, I really do appreciate it. It's been giving me some insider information for a while now. And it's awesome. I love it. Leave a comment down below. Let me know, are you willing to fork out the extra money? And is it really that bad for this new Tacoma, the redesign for 2024, assuming you want to get one at all? Or is it just too much for you? Toyota's getting greedy and you no way you're going to spend that extra money. I'd just be curious to know. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there.